I know it sounds ridiculous that something as small as a shampoo bottle could shatter a life, but sometimes the tiniest things reveal the biggest truths. And on that cold Thursday evening, standing in the quiet of my bathroom, I had no idea that a simple swap would expose the man I loved more than anything. For months, something felt wrong between me and Daniel. We had been together for 4 years, and I used to believe we were unbreakable, the kind of couple that made strangers smile and envy our ease. But slowly, little things began to shift. He became distant, distracted, and often glued to his phone. His hugs felt shorter, his kisses rushed, and his excuses more frequent. "Work is insane," he would say. "I'm just tired." And because I loved him, I believed him. Or maybe I simply wanted to, but the truth has a way of whispering before it screams. One night, after Daniel came home smelling of a fruity scent I didn't recognize, something inside me froze. I asked him about it. He laughed and said it was probably the new laundry detergent from the office gym. But hours later, lying awake beside him, I couldn't shake the feeling that the scent wasn't detergent. It was shampoo. The next morning, I did something I never imagined myself doing. I swapped my shampoo with a brand I knew he would never use, a strong mint and charcoal formula with a color so dark it left a tint if you weren't careful. I didn't plan to catch him cheating. I simply wanted to see if he was showering somewhere else, somewhere he shouldn't be. A silly test. One I prayed would prove my fears wrong, but life rarely gives us the answers we hope for. The following evening, Daniel came home late again, and when he hugged me, the fruity scent was back, unmistakable. No mint, no charcoal. No sign he had touched the shampoo in our bathroom. My heart sank. The room felt colder, and the truth I'd been avoiding finally rose to the surface. He was getting ready for someone else, but still, I needed proof. Not for vengeance, for closure. The next day, when he left his shirt in the laundry basket before running to another late meeting, I picked it up with trembling hands. The scent was stronger now, strawberry and vanilla, feminine and sweet. Not from any gym, not from any office, but from someone who had touched him, someone who had been close enough to leave her smell behind. I sat on the floor holding that shirt, feeling my world collapse in slow motion. How do you breathe when the air that once held love now suffocates you? That evening, I confronted him, hoping somehow, some way, he would deny it convincingly, that he would tell me I was wrong and explain everything. But when he saw the shirt in my hands, his face turned pale. And in that silence, I had all the answers, he confessed. Her name was Olivia, someone from his workplace. It had been going on for months. He tried to explain, to apologize, to reach for me, but every word felt like a blade twisting deeper. He said he was confused, pressured, lost, all the excuses men seem to learn by instinct when they break a woman's heart. I told him to leave. My voice didn't even shake. My tears waited until the door closed behind him. The days after were heavy. The house felt too quiet, too big. Everywhere I turned, I saw reminders of what I thought we were. Friends told me I was strong, but strength isn't something you feel. It's something others see in you long before you do. I felt broken, foolish, abandoned. And worst of all, I felt like I wasn't enough, but pain is strange. It can destroy you, or it can rebuild you. A week later, my best friend Grace insisted I join her for a morning run. I didn't want to, I barely wanted to get out of bed, but she dragged me anyway. And something happened on that run. With every step, something inside me loosened. The tightness in my chest eased, the tears dried, the air tasted clearer. It was the first time in weeks I felt like I was still alive beneath the heartbreak. Healing wasn't sudden. It came in small moments. A laugh that didn't hurt. A song that didn't remind me of him. A night where I slept without crying. And slowly I began rediscovering myself. The version of me that existed before Daniel, the one I have forgotten while trying so hard to love him. Months passed. One afternoon, while shopping for groceries, I bumped into a man named Michael, someone I had met before through mutual friends. He remembered me, smiled gently, asked how I'd been. I didn't tell him everything, but he somehow sensed the unspoken wounds. He didn't push, didn't pry, but he made me laugh in a way I hadn't in a long time. We started talking, then grabbing coffee, then sharing stories and walks that lasted hours. He was patient, kind, steady, everything that felt safe. And as the days turned into weeks, I realized something important. I wasn't afraid anymore. Not of loving again, but of living. The funny thing is, I never told Michael the shampoo story, not until much later. And when I finally did, he laughed softly and said, "Sometimes God lets things fall apart so better things can fall together." Looking back now, I know he was right. Daniel never loved me the way I deserved, and it took heartbreak to open my eyes. That bottle of shampoo, silly as it was, freed me from a future built on lies. It pushed me toward a life where I am cherished, valued, and truly seen. If you're listening to this and you've been betrayed or broken, hear me clearly. You are not unlovable. You are not replaceable. You are not the reason someone else lacked loyalty. Sometimes the universe removes people from our path before they can destroy us completely. And sometimes even a shampoo bottle can save a life.